Good af- good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, kings and queens of the land. Good afternoon to all the liberated zones of Africa. Good afternoon to Burkina Faso under the leadership of President Ibrahim Traore, Mali under the leadership of President Assimi Goita, um, Niger under the leadership of President Abdurrahman Tian. Good afternoon to KZN, the liberated zone under the British colony in South Africa under the leadership of the MK party led by President Geleshigisa Zuma, who is the supreme leader of black people made from South Africa, from Kandla. President Zuma is the supreme leader of black people. My name is Mngoni Mkhonto. Thank you for joining. This is the Royal Opinion. Today we are talking about the reason why President Ramaphosa signs the expropriation bill and what it means for black people and what it means for white people in South Africa. But before I get into that, to those I just want to make a remark about the case which is currently going on with I think the Judicial Service Commission. The case which is going on, the Judge Mbenenge, Selby Mbenenge situation, where judge is accused of having harassed a colleague or a junior employee. It's actually unfortunate. If I have to comment, if I have to say so myself, it's actually unfortunate that something so serious, very, very serious, something very, very serious like this, the plight of black women in South Africa is very sad. We can all agree that the plight of black women in South Africa is very sad. Many black women are abused. Many don't even have anywhere to run to. But the sad thing in this situation is when a situation which is supposed to be truthful, which is supposed to be serious, is not truthful and is not so serious as it's supposed to be. This is done deliberately. The situation which is done to Judge Mbenenge is to embarrass the black professional. It is the system which is doing this to embarrass the black professionals. The people, basically what they're doing is public lynching. We have never seen a single white judge who had to talk about their penis in public. We've never seen such a thing happening since we are in South Africa or since we've been around. Anyone have never seen a white professional who has been accused of such things and who has to defend himself in public. Whether the judge is right or whether the judge is wrong, the damage has already been done. The explanation, the embarrassment that judge had to go through to explain this to his children, to explain this to his wife, to explain this to his close relative, those who respect him, uh, it's very, very sad to see that it's actually a fake situation. It's a fake situation in which the black woman is used against the black man, setting the black woman against the black man because whatever is the outcome, what is happening is trust among women and men between black woman and the black man. It's getting eroded as we watch such cases where the black woman goes on to lie, goes on to be deployed as a professional prostitute, to hunt for the professional black men to eliminate them from their position. I don't know what Judge Benenge did to the system, because when I check his history, apparently it looks like he was one of the one of them. He was one of the judges who was European centric or European orientated among other judges. So I don't know what he did to the system for them to go for him like that, because what they are doing to him, they want to show to all the black professionals. It's actually to embarrass. What is happening is just to embarrass the black man and the black woman, uh, to show that the black man and the black woman are not serious about life. The black man and the black woman are the most stupid people um, who can't even control their emotions, who can't even control their sexual emotions. That is what is being portrayed by the system. And the aim is to embarrass the old black man, um, so to strip him and to lynch him in public. Maybe to as well give an example to all the black people who may want to oppose in one way or another what the system is doing, or stand in their way when they want to implement particular judgments. Uh, we can see it's clearly that in a case of Judge Mbenenge, there has been deployment um, uh, of professional, uh, uh, I would say, professional prostitutes to go and put him down. So sad for the black men, because now many black men, as they watch the case, they develop hate and mistrust on the black woman. And so sad for the black woman, because as the black man is watching, he also mistrusts the black woman, even in a case where the woman is right. They won't be trusted anymore, because when they come to such serious things and just come and lie, the next time they may not be trusted. This is part of their system to embarrass black people. We should be aware of this, and we should be able to observe that there has never been any white judge or any white person who had to go and explain himself about these pennies and other things, naked stuff in public. It's only black parents, black men, black women hired as guns to embarrass the black man. So it's going to be sad, because next time people will not trust the genuine women who will be complaining about some of the things that happens in the workplace. Other people who will be genuinely complaining about the issues that are happening in workplace may not be trusted because of people like this woman. I just wanted to remark first about that, but what I want to talk about today, I want to talk about the expropriation bill as signed by President Ramaphosa. I want to talk about the expropriation bill in terms of whether the expropriation bill as signed by President Ramaphosa makes any sense, or the expropriation bill as signed by President Ramaphosa is just a mockery for Black people and a gallery display. So I will show that President Ramaphosa, the reason why he signed, why President Ramaphosa signed the expropriation bill, it's because it's meaningless. It does not mean anything. That the expropriation bill that President Ramaphosa has signed, let me explain. First, it was supposed to be expropriation without compensation. They have avoided to use the word expropriation of land without compensation. They have used the words expropriation of land with nil compensation, meaning the compensation is still there, but they want to say nil compensation. The reason they want to do this is because they want to find other ways to pay the farmers, like giving them government bonds, like giving them investment opportunities. The white farmers, they still have to negotiate with the white farmers if the white is still the willing buyer, willing seller policy. You still have to negotiate with the white farmer that you want to expropriate this for public interest. The white farmer may take it to court to check. The court will determine if indeed what you want to expropriate the land for is for public interest. If the a court eh, because the court is a white system, the courts belong to white people. If the courts if you take the issue of expropriation of land to help Black people have access to land, the courts may have a right to say, no, this is not for public interest. You are only allowed to expropriate for public interest. The one who is going to determine whether this is a public interest is still the judges who belongs to white people. The person who is going to determine whether this is for public interest or is not for public interest is still the same people uh, who are controlling us. Does it has any meaning? It does not have any meaning. Expropriation bill as signed by President Ramaphosa, it does not have any meaning, and it will not help Black people in South Africa. It will only help uh, white people to get richer, because they are going to give them investment opportunities. They are going to give them compensations in different forms other than money, and of which investments are one of the things that they are planning to give them, give the white people. So it's not expropriation of land without compensation. It's expropriation only, the expropriation of land only for public interest. 75% of the land in South Africa, 75% of agricultural land is in the hands of white farmers. If this 75% of the land which is arable, 75% of the land which is fertile, is in the hands of this little group, what are you going to expropriate for public interest? Because whatever you are expropriating, it's a dry land, just like what apartheid has given to our forefathers. The dry land, mountainous areas without water, areas that looks like nothing can grow. That's where black people were allocated. All the land which is fertile now is being it's in use by white people. They are farming, they are producing. If you are not going to expropriate land without compensation, you will not be able to um, bring justice in the issue of the land. It's actually a court of law. That's what they say. It's supposed to be court of justice, because what we want is justice, not law. Black people want justice, not law. So what they are doing now is creation of laws which will never lead to justice on the issue of the land. It will never lead to justice. It will never lead to black people receiving their land. So the expropriation of land, I saw the DA went to, the DA is acting like they want to, they are angry against President Ramaphosa for this decision, and they want to take President Ramaphosa legislation and the President Ramaphosa to court. It's all a play, a theatric play. The Democratic Alliance knows that the expropriation bill that President Ramaphosa has signed will not affect white people, but to keep black people sleeping them and to gather more votes from the white people, they have to act like there's something that they are fighting, while they're actually not fighting anything. They are agreeing 100% with President Ramaphosa on the expropriation bill. So the taking of President Ramaphosa to court against the expropriation bill, actually, let me give a little bit of background. It's like I've been continuing. Somebody who doesn't know what we're talking about will not understand. Let me give you a little bit, just a little bit of the background. Uh, From 1652, Jan van Riebeeck arrived in South Africa. White people have been in South Africa before, but it's not recorded. Thank you very much, King Richard Mia. Nearly missed the class, my hero. Yes, you nearly missed the class. Thank you very much for joining. And thank you very much for everybody who is joining. Click the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please click the subscribe button. We are talking today, Richard Mie, we're talking about President Ramaphosa, the expropriation bill and what it means for black people. Whether President Ramaphosa is going to, or the expropriation bill will help black people to progress in any way. The expropriation bill as signed by President Ramaphosa will not help black people. I was giving a little bit of background. The white people arrived in South Africa, the criminals, the white criminals Literal criminals, people who were arrested in Europe, who were released from jails, given an opportunity to go and look for new lands on behalf of the British Queen or the British monarchy, sent by ships to uh, different areas which the British did not know before, and the Dutch people did not know before. These people were released from prison to, they were not honorable people, were released from prison to come and look for new lands. When it comes to South Africa, he did not negotiate anything. People were murdered, people were killed, people were alienated, people were displaced in order to take over their land. The white people were very cruel during the capturing of the land. There was no negotiation when the land was captured. From 1652, cruelly capturing our land until 1913, when they made apartheid, when they decided to make apartheid a law and allocate 13% of the land in South Africa to black people. That is the background of what we are talking about. The land in South Africa, all of the land in South Africa belongs to white people. The most fertile land, 75% of the most fertile land in South Africa belongs to white people and is currently in use by white people. The expropriation bill will not be able to address the issue of land retribution. The MK party has rightfully, the MK party has rightfully decided to draft a new appropriation bill, which they are saying they are going to put in to Parliament for Parliament to debate, not the one that the ANC is currently having, because that one is actually fake. So rightfully, the MK party says they are going to bring a new expropriation bill, which will actually bring about change, indeed, in reality, in the system, which is right. I think the approach of the MK party is right, because they want to, what they want to argue is that this land expropriation bill is only up until 1913, the land captured after 1913. But the MK party wants to take the land from 1652, not from 1913 Land Act. No, from the beginning, from when Van Riebeeck set foot in South Africa. Most of the land was captured before 1913. From 1652 to 1913, it's over 300 years of capturing and defeating black people, capturing the land. So we cannot ignore over 300 years of capturing the land and then only concentrate on the recent events that were done by the people who are currently even alive, ignoring what their ancestors have done to our ancestors. So the expropriation bill, as it is just a grandstand it will not be able to assist black people. Why does the DA wants to take the issue to court? It's because they have to play. This is a gallery. They have to play just to confuse black people. They have to give an impression that now Ramaphosa is working to help black people. That's why the white people are acting angry. But in reality, if Ramaphosa was working to help black people, they would remove him tomorrow. They would remove him immediately. Ramaphosa has never done anything that would assist black people to achieve anything. The bill, all the bills that he's signing does not affect the white people and their system. Everything is still intact. Colonialism and the colonial system. Colonialism means going out to other people's land, capturing it, defeating them, changing them to destroying their culture, changing them to mimic you, to look like you, defeating them in all dimensions. It's colonialism. So when we talk about colonialism and we say we are still under colonial rule of the British, we are under the colonial rule of the British. We should not even be fooled that there has been any freedom achieved through anything. So they are playing to the gallery in order to fool their membership and also to fool the membership of the other organization, the black people, just to act like there's something happening there, just to act like white people are now becoming destabilized because of the bill, just to create that sensation. But in reality, they have power to, they have placed, white people have placed President Ramaphosa where he is. They can remove him today, tomorrow, at any time when they don't want him, or when he goes on to sign things that they don't approve. All the things that he's signing, it's because Helen Zille has approved. So when you see them playing to the gallery, don't be fooled by those games. Don't even concentrate on those games, because those games are just a theater. These are paid up characters. The politicians are paid up characters. They are paid up actors. So Van Steenhuisen is just acting as he's paid to do. But in reality, it will never work. So President Zuma was also speaking on another issue. President Zuma was speaking at Swatini. President Zuma visited Eswatini, I think yesterday, and he was speaking there, where he spoke about, I think, one important issue. Ken Con, thank you very much. Still in class. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Ken Con. So one important issue that has happened, President Zuma was speaking at Eswatini, where he said, he mentioned that should South Africa become liberated, should the MK party takes over, the Eswatini and South Africa is going to become one. is going to become same country. So meaning President Zuma is aiming to really unite SADC, is aiming to unite the Southern African countries to take over their land and govern it. Swaziland is going to become one of the provinces in South Africa uh, when the MK party takes over. Lesotho as well will become part of the provinces in South Africa. Where I'm sure it's gonna happen is Swaziland, Lesotho. I don't know how far or have they started with the negotiations of incorporating Lesotho into South Africa, but I know the incorporation of Swaziland into South Africa is in an advanced stage. The negotiations have been in an advanced stage. Immediately when the MK party takes over, Eswatini will be one of the provinces in South Africa. This will be a very, very important move because it will be for the first time in the history of Black people that the Black people becomes united to form one unit to fight against the invaders. Black people have been facing the invaders in small units. Everybody was fighting for himself and his family. There was never a united effort since 1652, since Jan van Riebeeck arrived in South Africa or in Africa. There has never been a time where Africans were united to fight together against the colonizer. President Zuma is the first man in Africa to dare to want to unite Black people. The formation of the ANC in 1912 was to unite Black people. The ANC did not achieve its goal of uniting Black people. Black people are still divided even today because this apartheid has been intense. The separation has been intense. So President Zuma is daring to take that road to unite Black people in order to unite our efforts to defeat the enemy for the first time. Black people, if it happens for the first time, Black people will be facing the enemy together. If uh, President Zuma is able to unite South Africa, Eswatini, and Lesotho and Botswana, it would be the first time that the nation of Baswati, the nations of the Zulu, the nation of Xhosas, the nation of Shangas, the nations, all of these nations unite to fight against one enemy, which is the white system. It would be for the first time that such a thing is achieved. Thank you very much for joining the class. Thank you very much for Richard Mia for joining. Thank you very much, Kem Con, for joining. Uh, that's what I wanted to share today in class. I hope it was rich as usual. Give me a comment. Tell me how the lesson was today. Tell me if you would be interested to hear more about what we were talking about today. Or tell me Any other subject that you would like us to discuss at the royal opinion? Thank you very much.